3 times trying to get it right, and I finally, I think, got it right for the soundtrack of a record of a movie called Brokeback Mountain a few years ago. Finally gave me the shot at it, and I think I got it that time. But this song, when I first wrote this song, people said, "Oh, well, that's a gun control song," and at the time I remember saying, "No, that didn't seem right to me because I had a whole fucking house full of guns." I'm from Texas, and where I grew up, it wasn't incongruous to go out and demonstrate against the Vietnam War and have a small arsenal in your bedroom. It just was, and I never really thought about it that way. And I lived in the country 3 years outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and I love, this is, I actually forgot Justin was on this show. He'll get over it. He's had to overcome a lot, but I lived in the country, and I kept just a lot of guns in the house, and I always had a gun under my mattress, and because it was the country, and the police would just argue about who was going to come to my house where I lived in Williamson County, Tennessee, whether it was the county or the city of Fairview, and you know, they really didn't like me all that much anyway. So I kept a gun there, and I thought that's what you did when you lived in the country. And then when Justin was 14 years old, he came back to live with me, and he was kind of pissed off at me. And one of the first things he did was he found that pistol and he hid it out in his room, and he wouldn't tell me where it was. And so I couldn't get him to tell me where the gun was. So my brother and me strip searched him and stuffed him into the car, which was like trying to wrestle a live deer into the truck, because he was 6'3" then when he was 14, about as big around as this microphone stand. And we took him to a wilderness camp in Hickman County, and it was starting to get cold. It was getting into the winter, and he called me that night and told me where the fucking gun was. And the result of that was I haven't had a weapon of any sort in my house ever since. Now, there are people in this society that would call that flip-flopping. I think it's having a profound experience and changing your mind. And so about that. And so when I play this song now, it's my song. It's a fucking gun control song. By the big war, saw my first pistol in a general store, I was 13, thought it was the finest thing I ever had seen. That's the fire rifle, something when it blew up. Mama dropped a dozen and she really blew up. Didn't understand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand, the devil's right hand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. Now my first pistol was a Kevlar cold. She decides to lie on, but she loaded my slow. Soon I found out she can get you into trouble, but you can't get you out. And I went and got myself a Colt 45. Call the policeman, but I never knew why. Never knew why. Didn't understand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. Devil's right hand, the devil's right hand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. Devil's right hand, the devil's right hand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. In the town, call him iron cheating, and shoot the dog down, But you man, Paul, never told you older, never had a chance to draw. said, look that I said, got the wrong man. Nothing touch a trigger but the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Nothing touch a trigger but the devil's right hand. Mama says a pistol is the devil's right hand.